continuing the championship mode of this game, as we have now done 12 events. Last time we did the US versus UK knockout, and I somehow managed to win all 3 races using the Ford Mustang, and now we are going to move on to the Calypso Coast Lap Knockout. So basically this is a 1 race event, and we're basically doing 5 laps around Calypso Coast, and we have a choice of either using the BMW Z8, a Ferrari 360 Spider, or the Aston Martin V12 Vanquish in this European-only lap knockout at Calypso Coast. So basically this is a 1 race event, and we're doing 5 laps around Calypso Coast. Now, the Aston Martin, I'm going to be using that car at some point regardless, so I'm not going to use the Vanquish just yet. The BMW Z8, I have thought about using this car as well, so it's a toss-up between either this or the Ferrari. And I do have a feeling I'm going to be using the Ferrari very soon anyway, so I'll use the car that I unlocked on points. The BMW Z8. And as for the colour, well, sure, why not? This'll work. I'll just use this. Okay, here we go. 5 laps of Calypso Coast. I'd imagine this will probably take me about probably 10 to 15 minutes or somewhere in between. And let's get to it. And in terms of our competition, we've got 1 Aston Martin, 2 BMWs, and 2 Ferraris. And including myself, that makes half the field driving BMWs. Okay, here we go. So, this is our lineup, as a majority of the field is lined up with BMWs. Let's see how we go, as I'm already getting some wheel spin off the line, and I can definitely hear those Ferrari motors screaming already as we're exiting turn 1. Trying to overtake for 5th place, couldn't quite make the corner there, but already getting some air early on as I'm crossing the bridge, and starting to move up the order now, making a little bit of contact there with Dom in his blue BMW, and now trying to overtake the leading Ferrari, and I managed to clear him. So now we've just got 1 BMW and 1 Aston in front of us. And I cannot see anything through the smoke. As in, I'm having a very hard time trying to see where the leader is. But I somehow still get some air. The leader is currently up ahead of me, but I know it's not going to take too long for me to catch him. I'd imagine the latter parts of the circuit is where I'll be good. I'm pretty sure that whoever is driving the Aston Martin is not going to be dominating this race for too much longer. Hopefully I can manage to get myself in the contention seat as I shift down to 3rd gear, trying to regain control of my Beamer, and getting some air on the boardwalk as I'm now flying in mid-air and unable to make the corner exit, unfortunately. But still closing in on Ashley, who is driving a silver Aston Martin Vanquish. I think that's what he's driving. And taking a shortcut there through the trees. And heading past the windmills now, as I am now closing in on the leader. He takes the shortcut, also known as the cobblestone roads, and I just hit a barrel. Oh well, it's fine. We've still got a long way to go. Still got plenty of time to catch up to the leader. I may not lead the first lap, but at least I will catch up to him before the end of the second lap, hopefully. Hopefully my efforts will not be too insipid. As I'm now through turn 2 and jumping across the bridge. Also getting some air. Closing in on the leader now as I make a little bit of contact there with the inside fence. But it's okay. He takes the shortcut. I doubt it's going to benefit him that much unless he uses it correctly. And it has not benefited him too much. He still holds the lead, but he's definitely lost some time by taking that shortcut. I'm now steadily closing in my BMW Z8, shifting up into 5th before taking to the skies, and leaping into the lead like a tiger, as I now shift down to 4th, and I left hook Ashley into the wall. Although then again, he was not going to avoid me anyway, so... well, there's basically no rules when you're street racing. It's basically just every man for himself, the whole boys have at it sort of thing. If you can understand what this whole thing is all about. Anyways, getting some air and flying over the boardwalk as I shift down to see if I can get a better exit. I do get an improved exit this time around, and locking up the brakes once again into the corner, but able to stay in control of my car as I am now leading this race for the first time. And I got a pretty poor exit off that corner, as... oh, it's one of the Ferraris behind me now. Okay. Oh, shit. Come on. Get out the wall, get out the wall, get out the wall, get out the wall. Okay. Can I avoid elimination? God, please do not eliminate me. Oh, it's okay. Don't worry about it. It's fine. It's fine. Oh, shit. Yep, he is angry. Okay, well, anyway. I do manage to get myself back into 3rd position, and if I don't make up these positions, then I'm basically going to be long gone before the final lap, and what will make this even more frustrating is I'll have to do the dreaded restart, which means I am probably going to be struggling here if I have to restart, and I especially don't want to do that because, well, I'm recording this on a Monday night. But hopefully it won't take me too long to catch back up to the leaders. I'm using the BMW simply because I know that I'm likely going to be using both the Aston Martin and the Ferrari at some point before the end of the game. I basically guarantee it. And now taking back 2nd position from the mistakes I made on the previous lap and taking straight to the boardwalk. I've no idea what just happened there. And also getting some air. And can I retake the lead? I cannot retake the lead. Although it doesn't matter because I think Ashley screwed himself. And cutting through the trees once again on the grass and up the inside as I wind up dragging the outside wall. Hopefully I can manage to survive the next 2 laps and take the lead. And yep, he's blocking me. Okay. Can I manage to catch him out at some point? Okay. Okay. 3 drivers are out, 3 drivers remain, and 2 laps to go. Can I manage to retake the lead before the end of this ramshackle of a race? As I now officially retake the lead, and I have got a distance in front of me to prove it, whilst the Aston Martin is trying to find a way around me again, but I will keep him behind me for now because it's what I do. And he gets into the wall. He also sends me a little bit sideways there, but I am able to regain control of my car. Whilst all of this is happening, the 360 Spider is now right on my ass. These last 2 laps are going to be pretty wreck-filled in my opinion, but I am able to hold on to the lead. Really cannot tell who is in the leading Ferrari. Oh, it's Wayne. Well, that makes sense. Wayne is right behind me as I once again dip down to the boardwalk and shifting down to 4th gear so I don't graze those rocks on the outside, and heavy on the brakes, and oh, excuse you. Fucking hell. This race is definitely getting more and more chaotic. No one is safe until we get to the checkered flag. That's one thing I can say for sure. Shit. Okay. Taken to the shortcut. And Ashley has missed it, so it looks like this final lap is going to be between myself and Wayne, as I get a very poor exit there. All of us are pretty much fighting for our lives to stay in this race. Ashley has come back now, and now it's just BMW versus Aston. Myself versus Ashley. One more time around here at Calypso Coast. Whoever finishes first on this lap wins the race. Hopefully it will be me, because I have had to pretty much take this car out to the battlefield just to somehow stay in this race. And I've definitely had to push hard and basically damage this car quite a bit for me to somehow stay in this race. But I'm still here, I'm still in the race, crossing over the high bridge as I once again get some huge air points to back up for the speeds we're going at, and keeping myself in the lead. It's right where I need to be, and hopefully, if it's possible, I can manage to lead the final lap, because I will be very upset if I don't lead the final lap. But anyway, continuing my run as I now dip down to the boardwalk one more time and lift off the throttle to work on my exit. Good enough exit in my opinion. wasn't too bad. And getting some oversteer on the exit, but able to still prevent the car from spinning. And on the brakes, we're both very much fighting for our lives to stay in this race. And now we've just got one more corner to go. We both dip to the shortcut as I now get into the wall. Ashley gets into me, but I do manage to throw the block on him, a successful block as well, and it looks as though this is going to be my race once again. And yes, it is. I win!
Nice going! You have just won the Calypso Coast Lap Knockout.
And we've also unlocked events 18 and 19 in the process. And we get no unlocks, so I beat Ashley to the line. I had the best overall lap time by 4.5 seconds. Also had the second highest average speed behind only Ashley, but I also had the top speed of 153. Ashley was second, Wayne was third, then it was the two BMWs fourth and fifth, and Mika in the second Ferrari 360 Spider was last.
You beat the lap record for this track.
Yes.
You beat the best time for this track.
And that took me less than 13 minutes to set 5 laps around this course. Anyway, let's get our replay. Now would be as good a time as any for me to get a replay of my Beamer Z. I can definitely say this was a crazy race. There's no question about that. And there was also plenty of crashing in this race as well. We were just literally pushing each other to the absolute limit in that race. And yet somehow I was once again able to pull it off, even though I probably did it in the worst car. But I somehow won it in the end, and that's all I really care about. As long as I win at the end of the day, whether it be on points, during a single race event, regardless of how long it takes, I don't care, as long as I win overall. That's pretty much the only thing I care about. Yeah, I'll keep this going for just a little bit longer. Still, I did have to wreck myself a couple of times to make myself a contender for the race lead. That's one thing I can guarantee for sure. Because I gave it absolutely everything in that race. Okay, anyways. Just a little bit longer, and then I think that should do it. Okay, we're done. Probably let that replay go on a little bit too long there. But anyway, doesn't matter because we've won another race. We don't have to worry about any repair costs. All that matters is we won the event overall. Another battle is won. And next time, we will be getting on with the Mediterranean Knockout. Same Hot Pursuit time, same Hot Pursuit channel.